how the we ended up here?
Not really sure, but that's the earliest beat machine we've ever had.
But it's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is.
It's some spot to be in the Shane Warne Commentary Box at Lords.
Yeah. Welcome to White Noise Cricket, episode 2 of the season. We are still a little
Not
bit
behind a paywall.
that will be talked about, my friend. This is just an amazing spot to be in.
Yeah, just an amazing day and couple of days that we've got here of the content days from the blast and little players coming through and just the access that we get. Just very, very thankful once again.
Yeah, thank you very much to everyone who's listened, who's helped us get to this position and now watching us, of course. Remember, you can watch us on Spotify and YouTube. All you need to do is search White Noise Cricket on any one of those platforms and you can watch the show. If you aren't already doing so, thank you. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you can't just do that. And look, we're in the same room.
I know, yeah.
This is a hologram. This is very, very weird. Jarleth and McFarlane with you to look back on the opening weekend of the Women's One Day Cup, also the midweek games that happened as well. We'll also touch on the games that are happening as well next weekend or tomorrow as you are listening. If you listen to this when the content is at its freshest. And there's been a couple of other stories to talk about in the county world.
We'll come on to that later on, but
yes.
Let's get straight into it because I'm keen to talk about the Metro Bank.
Are you?
Yes, very much so. The 2026 Women's Metro Bank, I am 100% record on predictions so far. And you, sir, despite having a decent start, are not.
Anyway, that's all we're going to be discussing. No,
that is the full rundown of the Women's One Day.
No, let's just talk about this from a kick-up point of view. Look, I actually think that we're seeing some big scores, and we'll touch on one ground in particular that is seeing some big scores in a little bit.
The old short leg side bound.
Well, it's not even that short, I don't think. Personally, I don't, but that's another issue entirely. But generally, we are seeing some massive scores at the moment, and we are seeing some big results, and also as well some big performances early doors in April. When look, this competition is like again. If you don't know it, the Women's One Day Cup is very much like the men's Canada Championship. It goes on throughout the entire season. It is probably the big competition.
It's like I know obviously the County Cup is also running throughout the season as well, but not quite over as long of a longer period as this is. But it is the sort of the start to finish of the women's season and. Yeah, like off to a flyer in some of these games, and not just the games that have had the big scores, there's been some great close contests.
Really has. It's been fantastic to watch. So let's go into it. I think we probably do have to start. I think at Edgbaston. Oh no, it's not Edgbaston.
You've gone too early once again.
It's for the story of my life. Surrey against Warwickshire then in the game at Edgbaston. Surrey here. To be honest, I think they're taking your Lancashire route than Wickets. We're just going to go and hard.
It's much easier to do, to be honest, when you've got the level of talent that you've got.
Can I just do it again? If you don't know this, you have been watching the Women's One Day Cup. This look at this lineup. Sophia Dunkley and Paige Schofield at the top.
Yeah.
Alice Capsey at 3.
Yeah.
Alice Davison Richards at 4. If you get them all out, then you've got Kira Chathley, and then you've got Danny Whitehodge, Jemima Spence, Alice Monaghan, Maitland Brand, and Danny Gregory and Tilly Coulson-Coleman. Yeah. You know, I mean, Tilly. Look, I don't think Coulson-Coleman's necessarily like a huge back down to 11, but
no, I don't think she's a bat whatsoever. No. I think that's. Probably being kind.
Yes.
But as a bowler, unbelievable.
Absolutely. But you look at that top 7, like, it's just ludicrous. I mean, I thought the Bears actually bowled pretty well. I mean, when you get 100 and what is it? They were 95 for 4.
Sorry. You gave up 389 runs.
No, sorry, I'll rephrase that. They started well, because they had Kira Chathley gone after 16.4 overs and 95 for 4, and you are thinking at that point
that's a solid start.
Yeah.
And then I mean the quality you've then got coming in. Like Danny Whitehodge has been doing this for a long time now, and she's as good as ever, if not better than ever. And that knock of 124 off just 80 balls just changed the game.
I mean, it was the way she was striking them as well. Like, there were so many. I mean, it was 10 fours, 8 sixes. But it isn't just that. it was the power that she had to get them over. Thing is that they were clearing the boundary by a decent distance with the sixes as well. So, and then, like you said, and then also as well, ADR, she was just banging around, 57 off 75 was good, but then Jemima Spence comes in.
Oh, unbelievable.
79 off 48. It's like a T20 inning.
It was, like, that second half of that innings was ridiculous hitting all round. And yeah, very strong performance with the bat, and let's be honest, there was no point you going out to bat because you were never ever chasing it down. You put up a very valiant effort, but you were never getting it. It was too many.
I mean, you look at the economy rates, right? 2 for 64 for Izzy Wong off her 7. 3 for 78 for Mary Taylor getting her debut, 7.8 and over on that deck, isn't? I don't think that's, you basically go in at the amount of run rate. That's not too bad. MR Lock completely brilliant, 1 for 39 off of 6. Chloe Brewer 0 for 20 off her 4. Why didn't she bowl more?
Well, I was going to say you've given 9 overs there to the 2 players that were bowling the best for you that you've not used. You've got 9 overs out there of the most economical bowlers. Now, realistically, would they have had those figures if you brought them back? Possibly not, the way that the game was going. But surely you've got a chance for another couple of overs.
Yeah, absolutely. Also wickets for Hannah Baker and 2 for Amu Suren Kumar. Now, I'm going to say this briefly. When the top 2 both get ran out, appreciate there was a bit of a difference between it, but when the top 2 get ran out, that's not really a good sign, I don't think.
It's not great,
no,
but it's one of those things. You're chasing nearly 8 and over for 50 overs. You've got to push for those. You can't be giving up dot balls. You can't be giving up ones that could be 2s. You've got to push for them, and sometimes you're going to make a mess of it.
I mean, look, the thing is that the damage was done purely, as we mentioned, by Tilly Courtine-Goldman.
Yeah.
You know, she obviously...
She does not need to bat.
No, she doesn't, because she gets Katie George, Karis Pavley going for 1 off 6, and then Chloe Brewer getting a duck 0 off 4. So by that point, they're 101 for 1 off of 16.3. When Chloe Brewer gets out at the end of 19th, they're 110 for 4. Ambi Surin Kuwar goes, they're 115 for 5 after
I thought
20.
realistically you were sort of, up until the point where Karis gets out, you were kind of in the game.
Yeah.
And then it's what always happens with these big chases. You lose wickets, you try to keep going hard, and it's so difficult to try and chase down this sort of a score, and as it turned out, not able to do so.
Tilly Courtine-Coleman, 3 for 43, out of interest. I mean, on a pitch where most of the players that are bowling were getting sent, that's outstanding, and it proves why we were talking about this last week.
Why she got picked.
Absolutely, 100%. You know, Maitland Brown as well getting 2 for 61. Alice Capsule 1 for 66 and a wicket as well for ADR. We'll talk about Surrey in a minute because I think we do need to have a little bit of a conversation. But, I mean, yes, it's a high-scoring game. They win by 52 runs, but it just proves why they're the Favs, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's a very impressive start from them, and to be going that well straight away, first game, fair play.
Let's go then, and we'll talk on Yorkshire versus Somerset. We will come back.
This was a belting game.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
I sort of hinted at lower scoring games, but an absolute cracking tight finish, and this was exactly what it was, because 178 on the board, bowled out in just under 34 overs for Yorkshire. You're thinking, okay, pummeled there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not the strong start we want first game as a professional side, but they fought back incredibly well and just fell short. Somerset chasing it down, 4 overs to spare, but only 1 wicket left. That final partnership, it was only 9, but it was a nervy one.
It was. We'll go through the whole batting innings for Yorkshire to start with. Lauren Winfield Hill, 36 off 41, 24 off of 38 for Erin Thomas, Rachel Slater, 26 off of 23. When your highest scorer is 36...
Lots of starts, but not anyone going on.
No, and but that down to the bowling as well, to be fair, because Somerset only had to use 5 bowlers, but you look at it, 4 wickets for Alex Griffiths, 4 for 22 off 8.5 is ludicrous, and 10 overs, 4 for 42 for Chloe Skelton was absolutely outstanding as well.
Yeah, really, really good. Like, all of the bowlers were excellent. The only one, like Neve Holland, was a little bit expensive, but it didn't really matter in the end because of what everyone else was able to to do, and the way they were able to pull it back. And yeah, just one of those performances with the ball where they just had it from the start and just kept them under pressure and kept taking wickets. And when it's a good side that you're looking at, this Yorkshire side, talented side, like keeping them to that score, especially after it wasn't the best of seasons for Somerset last year.
No.
Strong start.
Absolutely. So Somerset only need 179 for 50.
That'd be easy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, you think so. Beckside is 31 off of 37. The run out comes there. That's at 62 for 3. Neve Holland not getting off to the best start. Heather Knight as well. Obviously, we know what happened with her in the World Cup not too long ago. And to be fair, I thought that Heather Knight was probably England's best player alongside Nat Simmer-Brunt certainly best batter during that. So, it happens. Danny Gibson not necessarily going that great, 6 of 13. There's not many starts but you don't need that when you've got
captain
Sophie Luff deciding to basically win the game on her own.
Yeah.
76 off 101.
Just a really good knock, really sensible knock. Just didn't try to go too hard, knew didn't need to. You've got 50 overs, use them.
Yeah, absolutely right. Going through the bowling figures, looking at it, Rachel Slater 2 for 29 off of her 9, excellent bowling. Jess Johnson, we know how good she is, but also 2 for 27 for her. But I want to shout out Claudie Cooper here.
Yeah.
23 years of age, nearly 24, right? She goes for 3 for 28 off her 9. Yeah. Like, we have seen.
Give her another over, man.
But we've also seen
one more wicket.
We've also seen though, like she's very, very, very good.
Yeah.
We saw that in the T20 last year, that she was always very, very good with the ball and quite economical.
Yeah.
So
she doesn't give you easy runs.
Yeah, no, she doesn't. So I mean, very good stuff from her is what I'd say.
Yeah.
But Somerset, how much confidence does that breed though?
It's got to be massive, and like I say, it's a huge win straight away against, like I say, a team that's just coming into it as a professional side, but one that is stacked. Let's be honest, it's probably more stacked than Somerset is in terms of the side. To go and beat them, yes, it was at home, but even so, like, great spot.
Yeah, massively, absolutely fantastic, no doubt about that. Let's go on to the game at Southampton, I think, next, because this was another close game.
It was.
Really, just a really good one-day game.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.
Excellent. We got almost every delivery ball. Out of the 600, we had 598 off them, which is always nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And a cracking finish as well, to be fair. We'll talk about Hampshire in a minute and see whether they could have gone a little bit harder, but I'll discuss that in a minute. Let's just go through the game. So Essex 265 for 8, Hampshire 266 for 5. After 49.4 overs, they win by 5 wickets with just 2 balls remaining. Not the best of starts, losing both your openers in 5.3, 21 for 2.
Definitely not.
But Alice McLeod and then subsequently Jodie Grucock, 46 off 67 doesn't seem much, but I think in the context of the game, I thought that was really, really vital. And then Jodie Grucock, 80 off of 97, outstanding.
Yeah, very, very good. Like I say, I think it's one of those where there's sort of good hitting down the order as well from Sophia Smale and Mara Carr as well to get them up to that score. And it's a score that was, well, as we can see from the game, right in the balance.
It was absolutely. Both for Mara Carr and Sophia Smale, I think 33. Mara Carr 44 balls, Sophia Smale 29. Going through the bowling figures, Naomi Tani 2 for 43 off of her 8. Very, very good stuff. Obviously, quite towards the back end of her career now. Obviously, she's nearly 32, but she's still delivering excellent stuff.
Yeah,
really.
I think good few years left yet. 32.
Well, I wish. Lindsay Smith once again delivering.
She's always so good.
Yeah, 248 off of 10, extraordinarily economic. Amanda J. Wellington 1 for 48. Bex Tyson 1 for 41. So there are the wickets there for Hampshire. I didn't think it was that bad. Obviously not a bad bowling performance.
No, solid. I thought it was one of those games this where it was pretty even all around.
Yeah.
Like everything was like no one had a stinker, no one had an amazing day. Everyone was close, tight, competitive, and it was just
now
a good game of cricket, like you said.
I say that, right, Hampshire, okay, my Boucher goes early, no shame in that. Like, you lose a quick wicket. Ellen McCagan 90 of 110. I mean, we talked about her for a long time, and we, certainly throughout this year gone, she's going to be a star. And Abby Norgrove, 85 of 109. That's all well and good and very lovely, but do you feel they needed to go a little bit harder, because they made this chase in the end quite difficult?
I don't know. I think it's the first game of the year, and I think just win the game. Like, you don't try and do more than you need to and end up losing wickets and getting out. Like, bat through, be sensible, and get over the line. I think.
Yeah.
If it could, when it's get a couple of games into the season, you get an opportunity to go and knock it off quick. Maybe do it, but you want to start strong and you want to start with a win. And I think they got it right. Just about.
Esme McGregor again, by the way, we talked about her last week in the 100 auction. We think that she's gone far too cheaply, 1 for 31 off of 7. I don't understand why she's not got another 3 overs, but that's another issue entirely. Eva Gray, 1 for 47 off her 8. Sophia Smale.
Again, as always.
Yeah, absolutely. Sophia Smale, 145, I should say, off her 10. Kate Kopak as well, 0 for 28, off of 5. Again, I appreciate the economy rate's about where the run rate was.
Yeah.
Again, why are you not giving them more? Why are we
well, they were struggling a little bit, weren't they? Because they had to change a bowler midway through as well.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Which it always makes it a little bit more difficult. You've got to spread those overs around a little bit more and use your options. But then you say, well, you'd expect Kate Kopak to be someone that then gets more overs. So,
absolutely.
But good game, close game, proper good one-day cricket.
Yeah, Freddie Kemp as well, 46 off 43 was very, very good. And then Naomi Tani as captain, showing exactly why she is 25 off 18 to get Hampshire over the line. Now, we know the rules on this show, because we're actually going to... Do you know what? We're going to go back to back, I think. We're going to do Lancashire on Saturday and Lancashire on Wednesday.
Oh, lovely. The Lancashire segment. Should we make this a running thing?
Well, no, because we shouldn't, because I don't particularly want that feature on this show at all.
No? Okay.
I think there's only one story, really. Well, look, there's 2 stories. The partnership between Eve Jones and Gabby Lewis. But once again, we have sat here, and we sat here last week, well, not here, obviously, but we sat here on the show last week and said Gabby Lewis was an outstanding signing for Lancashire after what she did. She basically just took a form from the final last year and just went, I'm playing this again.
Yeah, 131 off 116 balls. Rapid enough in terms of the scoring, and obviously the game was reduced a little bit. Only a couple of overs that we lost, down to 48 overs each, but still putting that 300 figure on the board. Helped with Eve Jones having, like I say, a great knock as well. Runs for Seren as well, getting 31. Not out, just sort of steering it through the end to get past that 300. And just a really good performance, I thought.
I think, to be fair, right, because obviously Gabby Lewis went at the end of the 43rd over. It was 266 for 3, 5 overs to go, and you ended up 303 for 8. But I ain't got an issue with all of them just trying to smack it at that point.
Yeah,
because you're that well set, you might as well do so.
Yeah, well, you look at it and look at who's come in. Like Fee Morris has come in, got out second ball. Elsa Lister's got out third ball. Like, everyone's just tried to slap it at that point.
Yeah, no issues with that.
Which is how it should be. Right? Just get as many as you can.
Yeah. Eve Jones as well, by the way, deserves a shout out. 80 off 106.
Yeah,
so
great.
A really good knock, especially just to marshal that innings between the 2 of them. It was a really important partnership, and then they just decided to put the foot down, which is absolutely fair enough. Sophia Turner, the figures look a bit better, 3 because you got 3 late wickets, but still, 3 for 67, not necessarily great. Lauren Filer, 0 for 31 off her 5. Why is she only bowling 5 unless there's been some sort of directive?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sure.
Phoebe Turner, 1 for 48, deserves a good shout out. Maddie Villiers as well, 1 for 55. And then Catherine Fraser, 7 overs, 3 for 32. Very, very good figures. Again, she got a couple of late wickets towards the end, but very, very good figures indeed. So you are Durham, you're 304 needed off of 48 overs. What you don't need to do is then go 60 for 4 and lose Talia Wilson, Emma Marlowe, Maddie Villiers and Holly Armitage.
No, it doesn't.
That's not conducive. What is it?
It's not conducive.
Thank
to
you.
Cricket game.
Thank you.
You jumped in and stole my thunder there, because I was just about to say it anyway.
Thunder.
Yeah, that's it. You can't steal the thunder.
Yes.
But yeah, unbelievable performance with the ball this.
Can I just look at? I've just looked at Sophie X figures again. I saw it on Saturday.
Yes, she's gone for 10 runs off 8 subs. And took 2 wickets.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
1.25 economy rate, just ridiculous how good she is with the ball.
Yeah, 4 wickets as well for Emma Lamb, by the way.
That's it. I mean, Lammy's bowling is underrated.
Yeah.
Like, we talk about her batting because she's unbelievable at opening the batting and what she does up there, but she can seriously bowl as well, and some days it properly comes off as well. And 4 for 29 off her 8 overs. She didn't get the runs, but she had a day out with the ball.
Yeah, she certainly did. Also as well, wickets for Grace Potts and Tara Norris. That was Saturday. We'll go on to Wednesday now, and we will start off with, well, I think we might as well start off with Lancashire again, because it was a rematch of the Eliminator against the Blaze. The rain came and affected the game slightly.
Well, I'm looking at this game, and it's quite clear to me, looking at this game, that we won by 75 runs. We got 223 and they only got 148.
Yeah, well, to be fair, is that what you reckon they should have done? You know, Duckworth, Lewis, Stern. Like, obviously they just throw 3 darts at the board, don't they? So we know that. So there we go.
Yeah, instead we'll just go. We scored more runs, so we win.
Okay. All right.
No, but it was rain affected game. It was one that was. We started really slowly.
Far too slowly.
Yeah.
Far too slowly. And I know the pitch was a bit difficult. I'm not saying it wasn't a difficult pitch.
I think that's part of it. I think definitely it wasn't the easiest pitch, but I also thought that the Blaze bowled really, really well.
So up top, Charlie Phillips and Grace Ballinger were unbelievable, weren't they? Let's be honest about it. 3 for 30 in the end for Grace Ballinger off of her 10 overs was outstanding. Charlie Phillips as well, 2 for 40 off of her 8.3, not too bad. I mean, nobody really going at. I mean, the only one that went at a decent lick was Emma Jones, and she only went at a run of ball.
Yeah, and only 4 overs.
Yeah,
so it's not made a big dent in sort of the runs, but yeah, it was a tough one. Like Emma Lamb getting 77, really good knock, and sort of fought through that really tough early period. And then runs for Sarah and runs for Jarleth again, but no one else really able to sort of kick on and put a big score on the board, which it is difficult when you've got the weather around and got everything else, and you know you need to try and put a total up that's going to go favourably when the Duckworth, Lewis and Stern start throwing the darts.
Georgia Earl was as well picking up a wicket, add to Catherine Bryce, Lizzie Heim, 2 for Kirsty Gordon. I mean, this was an interesting, obviously it was a bit of an all over the gaff innings because response, because obviously they came off when the Blaze were 91 for 3 and
they were
2 runs ahead at the point of Duckworth Lewis, and so they got back out there, and in the end they made 148 for 5. Run to Marie Kelly, good to see. 44 64. Catherine Bryce as well, 35 off of 51. Orla Prendergast as well. Again, we've mentioned her a number of times that she's absolutely outstanding. 40 off of 36. Sarah Bryce getting ran out off the first ball of the innings was interesting. I mean, obviously they got the 1. They decided to try and come back for 2, and then she got run out by Elsa Lister. You don't take on Elsa Lister in the field.
No, she is a gun in the field. Like, she has got an absolute rocket of an arm.
Yeah, which I'm surprised that Catherine Bryce shouldn't know that, considering they're both Scottish. But there we go. Look, the simple fact is that I don't think that you bowled that badly. It was just
it was pretty solid. Like I say, wickets sort of shared around nicely, but just not enough of them if you were going to try and restrict them well enough in this sort of a chase.
So,
yeah, unfortunately, it was the Blaze that won. Unfortunately for me, as a Lancashire fan, not unfortunately for anyone else, really.
Certainly not for me.
No.
But Tara Norris, Hannah Jones, Grace Potts, and Emma Lamb all getting wickets. Right, let's go to the Oval, because I'm struggling here. I really am.
Go on.
Yorkshire again get bowled out. 185. It is what it is. There's been a rain about, everything like that. Okay. It is what it is. Lauren Winfield Hill going for 60 off of 70. Excellent stuff. Stair Callis as well, 38 off 50. Nobody else going with them. Looking at the bowling figures, Tilly Coulson-Coleman again, 3 for 27 off of her figures. Clea Moore as well. I can't believe that Clea Moore got left out of the previous game. 3 for 22. 2 as well for Maitland Brown. 1 for ADR as well, and Priyana Chatterjee as well getting a wicket too. All fine, whatever. 185. They need 193 from 44.
Yeah.
Why on earth?
Knock it around.
Nothing silly. Why on earth are they 7 down after 23.3 overs chasing that when they get the job done? It just makes no sense.
Because they just went hard again, didn't they?
They've gone f***ing wickets, haven't they, really? They have.
Like, unbelievable not hit Schofield.
Yeah, absolutely.
89 off 42.
Ludicrous, isn't
just, the game's done that. The game is over, ended at that point, so it doesn't really matter what anyone else does at that point.
I mean, Kieran Chatler getting a Golden's a bit of a rare find, to be fair.
You don't see many of them.
No, as well, ADR as well, just making sure that Alice Evans Richards, for people who don't know who ADR is, 35 off of 26, 3 fours and 1 6. Obviously, you look at Schofield as well, 17 fours. Most of them were on the carpet as well. They weren't like she was gifting chances or whatever. No. She just decided that she was just going to play a T20 innings, to be fair.
Yeah, the bowling figures don't make great reading, do they? There's good performance from Manny Ward.
Yeah.
3 for 38, but it was only off 5 overs, so going at 7.5. It's not ideal, but three wickets and Beth Langton going over 7s as well, but picking up a couple.
Yeah.
But then you look at some of the others, and there's some big numbers in there, like Cody Cooper, who we just talked about in the first game, didn't sort of perform so well in this one, going for north of 37 off 4, and Jess Woolston only 2 overs but going at 12.5, but it can happen, especially when someone's in the form. I mean, that hits Schofield.
I mean, when Jess Jonathan's going at 1 for 32 or for 4 overs, you know it's not your day. But Surrey again with the victory. We will touch on them again, but we said it at the top, didn't we? Really, there's a reason why they're fast for this competition.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that lineup is absolutely stacked. Right, Durham against Essex up at Chesterley Street. Good to see it back being used, of course, obviously, with what happened with Storm. Was it Dave, wasn't it? I think it might have been.
Something like that. They always give it a ridiculous name.
It's true. 311 for 3, Durham. I mean, why? I mean, to be fair, Talia Wilson. Do you know what? Sod it. I'm finding it because she should have carried a bat. Getting bowled off the last ball of the innings. No, fine, that's a fine. Ridiculous. That is an absolute fine.
Absolutely ridiculous. She got 152. If she was like, if she was on 98, fair enough. But no, 152. You ain't gonna fine for 100.
Oh, I would absolutely. I'm fining her for that. 100%. Emma Marlowe, 53 off of 73. That first wicket partnership, 137, was very, very good. And Holly Armitage as well, 81 off 65.
Yeah,
she can bat.
100%. Like Emma Marlowe just helped set the platform at the start.
Yeah,
and then Talia Wilson and Holly Armitage just took it apart, and 311 on the board. Big score, one that's always going to be tough to chase down, and it was a good effort from Essex, but they were just a little bit short.
I mean, Esme McGregor as well, 1 for 58 from her figures. You know, if she's going at a decent lick, you know that it's not necessarily your day. Eva Gray, though, 1 for 59 off of her 10.
She bowled all 10, yeah.
Yeah, pretty decent.
Very good bowling.
Yeah, absolutely. As well, wicket as well for Jodie Grucock. So we'll go on to Essex then. I just fear they were a little bit conservative. They could have gone a little bit harder.
Maybe. It's one of those, you've got a set platform, you've got to give yourself somewhere to go from, and you tried to do that. You put on 113 for the first wicket.
But that was just nearly 25 overs though. You know, you've got 199.
It's not a long way under.
No, but still, you've got to go a little bit harder than that.
Not really.
Yeah,
like, you're going at that rate, you're going to get to what, around about 150 off 30. And we always say double it. You're very close.
Yeah, I get that.
I think it was smart cricket at the start, but no one was able to go on and do what we saw in the first innings from Talia Wilson and get a big score. Top score of 77 for Jodie Grucock. Again, another really good knock, but someone had to go big.
Someone has to go and get a ton, don't they? Really. Well, Didi Griffiths as well as a shot, a half century, 50 off of 77. So
you can find Florence Miller. She finished on 49 off that. And you give her a fine.
Yeah, why not? We'll give her a fine. That's absolutely fine. Manny Villiers, 1 for 58 off of 10. Very good stuff. Grace Thompson as well, 1 for 39. Sophia Turner, Catherine Fraser, 1 for 27 off of her 6. And Katie Levick as well, 1 for 53. It was just really consistent bowling, to be fair.
Very, very steady all around.
Yeah.
And good performance from Durham, who got themselves off to a good little start.
Yeah. Won by 23 runs there. Did Durham 311 for 3. Durham made Essex make it 288 for 5. And finally, the first no result of the year.
We know that you lot love a draw.
You can't hear well.
You absolutely love a draw. Whether it's in the county championship, whether it's the last ball of the game, and you can throw it to try and win the game, keep hold of it and get your draw. And we got another one here because it pissed down.
Oh my goodness! If you were in the Birmingham area yesterday,
Sorry.
recording, yeah, absolutely, but also ridiculous. It was hammering. There was thunder, there was lightning, there was all sorts going on.
And usually that's in Lancashire.
Yeah, it never rains there.
No, but there's thunder at lightning.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, very good. Oh, that's shocking. That's shocking.
Over his head.
Shocking. Absolutely abysmal. Right. First off, I know we'll the fact
I'm not talking about it much.
No.
Yeah, let's be honest, because it didn't get a result. But
the batting was outstanding.
Like Dab at the top of the order, Amateur and Kumar, Meg Austin, Kate George, and Carris all getting 50s, and all getting them at a pretty good rate.
Yeah.
It was a really good knock, and like I said, putting on over sevens is impressive.
Yeah. Well, by the way, I should stress here, what we're doing is we're being told when we're going to get our next players in. We can't tell you who it is because that's the secrets of content day. But that's what we're going to be doing. But yeah, no, going back to it, as you say, Carris 63 off of 38. First ball she hit was over the top for 6.
Yeah.
And Meg Austin as well. She decided to get off the mark with that as well. But like you say, Dav was outstanding and Amir was outstanding at the top. 147 for 1. They were going some lick. Beck Tyson deserves a shout out. 3 fair wickets for 66 was excellent. Everybody else getting a fair bit of.
Daisy Gibbs' figures are pretty good.
No, of course, I should say that.
50 off 10 was in this game was pretty good, and AJW again. Like,
she's class, isn't she?
She's just so good. I can't wait to. But
well, we might speak to her.
Can't wait to speak to her tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yes. So before we go into the table, I just want to point something out here. Right, we're in the middle of April.
We are.
Yeah. We've seen 354 hit by Warwickshire and 337.
Yeah.
And also Surrey hit 389. That's 1,080 runs.
Good maths.
Already. Yeah, the calculator's obviously in there. So yeah,
impressive.
1,080 runs that we have seen already. In April, that doesn't bode well for those pitches. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, it's a lot of runs, but it just clearly it's a road and
flat decks.
It's a very flat deck, and also it is the short legs like that.
It's not though.
It is.
You can't call it that.
It's not quite as short as that one down there, right? Which basically, if you're fielding at deep square, you're almost in the circle.
Yeah, you might as well be sat in the mound stand where we're looking. To be brutally honest, so there's that. Let's go through the tables then. Start off with in the One Day Cup, and Surrey clearly at the top, 9 points. Should have had a bonus point, a second bonus point. Shocking, really. Piss poor, going against Yorkshire.
Can't be missing out on your bonus points.
No, Hampshire second with 6.
Why did they miss out on bonus points?
Because they didn't go at a quick enough rate, I don't think. 1 point.
Oh, it's because of the old.
Yeah.
It's because of the weird
DLS
thing where it doesn't quite work in the same way. Whereas you might be over the rate, but it's not. Yeah. No. Okay.
Lancashire then third on 5 points. Then Somerset come next on 4.
I did tell you the top 3 would be Surrey, Hampshire, and Lancashire.
You did. I still think Yorkshire will get there though. I really do.
Yeah, that'd be Yorkshire at the bottom.
Yes, but it's early days, isn't it? It's early days.
It's like I say, it's a long old time.
It is. Somerset in 4th, the Blaze in 5th, Durham in 6th, Warwickshire in 7th, and Essex in 8th, and Yorkshire, as we say, in 9th place, but plenty of cricket to go there. We will go through the games in a little bit, and we'll end the show with a preview. There are a couple of stories that we need to talk about.
7 from 7 and 1 no result.
Yeah, true.
And you are
6 from 7 and 1 no result.
Which is piss poor.
Yeah, it's shocking, really. Embarrassing.
You got 1 whole result wrong.
Yeah, embarrassing, really, isn't it? Let's talk about a couple of stories then that has been happening in the county game as a whole.
Yeah.
We'll start off with Sussex, actually.
Okay, we'll start off with Sussex.
Yeah, we'll start off with Sussex.
I thought you were going to go the other way.
No. We'll save you for a little bit. With Sussex, look, the problem is that obviously they've gone to the ECB because of the financial problems.
Yeah.
The issue I've got here is that we saw a tweet, and it hasn't been verified, but we think, judging by the accounts...
Yeah, I'm very much going to unless I've reviewed the accounts myself.
Yes.
And seen a bit more of it and what we've seen over the last couple of years, I'm going to refrain from going too much on to what the tweet said, partly because of where it came from.
Look, because the problem I've got, the problem I see at the moment is that, so Surrey released their accounts.
Yeah.
They made 99 mil from the 100. Okay.
Yeah, Sussex, obviously you're including the sale of.
Yeah, again, and that's fine. But Sussex have only made at the moment 400k. Now, some of that money is being held back by the ECB.
Well, yeah, there's 18.9 million in an account.
Yeah,
waiting for them. There's also.
But that's only if they make certain things. If they make certain,
well, yeah, it's
approves and stuff like that.
Well, it's for the development of the club, and it's for infrastructure, and it's for that sort of thing. And just give it them to cover off the fact that they've not been able to manage their own finances.
No, but
it's like saying, it's the whole teach a man to fish thing. Like, if you just give him a load of fish, he's going to waste all those fish. But if you teach him how to fish, then he'll be able to sustain himself. And that's what you need to do. You can't just give them the money because they've wasted it already.
No, but the simple fact is that, like, if they were to go and get some of that money, if the ECB were to give them some of that money...
Well, to be honest, the ECB did give them money.
Yeah, but if the ECB gave them some of the money for the sale for the 100 rather than a handout, for the want of a better word, then potentially they might not have to go to the ECB for that handout. So, or they give some more of that money and then they take some of it back.
And that's the point. The whole point of them having to go to the ECB is because they can't manage their own finances. So, someone that can't manage their own finances, you don't give them a load of money because they will waste it.
Well, I disagree.
They will put it all on bets and.
Is that what happens when? Is that what happens? Is that you speaking from experience here?
Yeah, to give all my money to the social media man.
Yeah, that's why.
But no, that is essentially the point of it, isn't it? Someone that can't manage their money, you don't give them a lot of money because they're all wasted. And that is the point, and that's why it still has to be done in the right way. And they've got the points deduction that they've got, and because they've had to go for a handout, because they're not managing and they're not sustaining themselves. And that infrastructure of putting it in place and spending the money in the right way has to be done that right way, and you've got to manage it for them in that way.
Yeah, I disagree there, but massively, because I think that if you gave some of them extra cash that the 100 sailors brought in all the counties, I don't think we would need this, personally. But on the field, I know we don't talk Champo quite regularly here on the show, but I think it's important. What a start they've had to the season. Yeah. What a start they've had to the season. Beating Warwickshire at home, and then they beat Hampshire as well away. They are, if the point deduction hadn't come in, they'd be top of the table and cruising by now. They're the only side that won both of their opening games.
Really good start.
Yeah, but fingers crossed, and we love Sussex on the show, so fingers crossed they do some bits as well. So 100%. Right, big story.
Yes.
That has sort of got cricket Twitter alight.
Which is obviously, as we know, is
is it an informed opinion? As we know.
Yeah, informed opinion in a very sort of mild-mannered place.
Correct.
Where people use their discretion wisely.
Yes. Lancashire.
Yes.
Lancs TV Plus has come in. Now, if you don't know, again, if you haven't seen it, again, you may have seen it, you may not, but we'll explain it. Basically, what they've done is they've taken away the game to be shown live, men's games live on YouTube.
Oh, no, they're showing 10 minutes.
No, sorry, I apologise for that. They've still got the scorecard, they've still got local radio commentary, and that will be available online for free.
Which is fantastic, by the way.
It is fantastic. We love, look, you know me.
Scott Ray was unbelievable.
You know me, I've always said that Lancs TV and Surrey are up there. I think the top two in...
The coverage you get is very, very good. Like, yours is improving, yours is getting better.
Yep.
And getting up there as well. But, yeah, it's far and away.
Those two
are the sort of the standard bearer for coverage.
Absolutely. So what they've done is decided to put it all now behind a paywall on Lancs TV Plus.
Yeah.
So explain to the person who doesn't know what's going on what that does, because it costs £20 for the year.
Yeah.
But what do you get for it? You get quite a fair bit.
You do. You get obviously all the coverage of all the men's games, including the Roses match, which up until this point has only ever been available on Sky Sports, which costs you a lot more than £20 for the year.
Yep.
It costs you a lot more than that just for a month. and you generally have to do 18 months or 2 years if you wanted to watch the Rose match. You can now watch it for £20.
Yeah.
If you're a member, you can watch it for free. So if you're a member and you can't go to the game for whatever reason, you can watch it for free.
Yeah.
With no other subscription.
Yeah. I think
you've also got a lot of other coverage that they're going to put out there, a lot of like
behind the scenes
and like
special
interviews
docs,
with players, that sort of thing, which I don't know, it's here and there, isn't it? Like we all watch it realistically for the streams and anything, don't we?
Yeah.
But people forget that these streams were just meant to be a sort of a gesture of goodwill to members in COVID for still paying the memberships even though they couldn't go to the games. And I think that's been lost a little bit in the fact that everyone's like, well, we get it for free now, and we don't. Well, yes, you do. You do get it for free now, and most of the other counties you do. Obviously, I know Leicestershire have dabbled with putting it behind the paywall. Kent as well. I don't know, is Kent still behind the paywall?
I think T20 games might still be. If they aren't, we will
about
correct
$5.99 again.
Yeah.
Which still again a lot more expensive than what you pay for.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, like I say, get it for free still if you're a member, and if you're not a member, you're getting what the members get for £20, whereas membership 240 to 600 quid, depending on which level of membership you want.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad deal.
I think
it's pretty good all round, and I just think the outrage about it is just ridiculous. But
I think the outrage is there. Yeah, I think the outrage is there because, and I do sympathise with members or fans of other teams who just want to watch their team play when they come to when they come to Old Trafford.
But I think that's something that, look, it's just been announced.
Yeah.
I think that's something that can be worked on and probably will be worked on to give them access. If you're a member of an county, you get a little access code and it lets you in.
Yeah, 100%.
My biggest worry with it, before, and this is before seeing any of it or seeing how it works, is the platform.
Yeah.
So obviously it's going to be through a browser on your computer. Yes, you can still get that on televisions, but it doesn't always work right. Like look at PDC TV bobbins when you try and watch it on the television.
Yeah. Bang on.
And people want it on the television these days, which is why YouTube is great for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I assume it's not something you can do with YouTube in the same way that they've done it. I don't
know.
So yeah, that's my own. But if you get it right, or if they build an app that can go on your television or whatever, then
we've sat here.
Perfect.
Sorry, we've sat here for a while and said that the county game is in dire straits in terms of financially, and and some of it is. Like
the point is, it's costing them $250,000 a year to run this channel,
and unfortunately,
that £20 is not going to recover that.
Professional sport's not a handout, and no matter what look, we love county cricket. This is why we do this show, right? So don't think for a second that we just think that people moaning are moaning for moaning's sake. We get why you don't want.
People pay a lot of money for television services and for Netflix, Prime, whatever, all those sort of things.
They're way more expensive than this.
No, but what I mean is adding an extra £20 to it, the way the world is, I get why people don't want to pay more money.
Well, and no one wants to pay money to watch stuff if they don't have to.
No,
you look at the licence fee without all the rest of it. People moan about that.
But that's it. But realistically, for £20, I think it's a pretty good deal, and I think that the people that will pay it and the people that watch a lot of the streams and the rest of it will get value for money for it.
Well, this is where I'm going to come at, aren't I? Right, okay. Here's what I think, and I don't care if you don't.
And also, just to throw it out there, because we need to put this bit out there as well, every single women's game is still free.
Yes, and that's important, very important, especially when you're trying to increase the profile of women's cricket in this country. Completely agree. What I think, though, is that if they get it right, it's a game changer for the world. And we have sat here for between us off air, but we're going to say on air now.
Yeah.
This is where the counties need to come together.
Yeah.
And make an app, something where you can watch the streams live, all of it.
You can do it through the ECB app.
Absolutely.
But if you had a subscription model,
yes,
where you get every single county championship, T20 Blast, one day cup game through there. Yes, you get a lot of that for free now, anyway, and I know that.
But unfortunately,
it has to
change.
It has to pay for itself.
And members can get it for free. No issues with that.
Yeah.
But I think that if you say to people, right, for $14.99 a month, you get every single county game through with no Sky blackouts. That's I think
that a lot of people would be a lot more okay with that than they are with the 20 quid to watch Lions TV, which
is ridiculous, isn't it?
It makes no sense because it's 20 quid for the year.
Yeah, absolutely. But we'll see how it goes because it's a big moment. It is a big moment.
That is it. And we need to get back to work.
In a minute, we do need to go through though the previews of games for the One Day Cup that will be happening this weekend. We've got 4 games.
Only 4 games.
Only 4 games. Lovely.
Nice.
I'm going to say Warwick beat Essex, obviously at Chelmsford. But I think it'll be close. I really do.
I think how it'd be just Chelmsford will be different. It's very, very different to the pitches you'll have played on.
I was just about to say it'll be very interesting to see now that's their first away game. So we see what happens there.
Yeah, but I do think that you're in some good form, and I don't think Essex are in as good form. I think there's more talent in your lineups. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Surrey beat Durham by the Oval.
Yeah, I think we've seen 2 sides of Durham so far. We've seen a poor performance with the bat against Langton and a very, very good one in the game against Essex. I think Surrey, though, are just too good.
I think Yorkshire beat the Blaze at Headingley. I think their first game at home, I think they're going to do it.
I think it's tough. I think coming in off 2 losses and having to play the Blaze.
They're a good side. I'm not saying the Blaze aren't a good side.
No, I know, and I think that's hard, and I think there's a lot of pressure starting to build already in that you've started with 2 losses. I think that the Blaze win.
And finally, on Sunday at Southport, Lancashire beat Somerset.
Yes, Lancashire do beat Somerset.
I think it's quite simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
So we've got 1 different again, so that means I will be sitting pretty on 11 and you will be 1 further away.
Yeah, well, we will see where that goes.
Unless it rains again.
Unless it does rain again, which it could do because it is April in England. Genuine pleasure to be in person recording.
Yeah.
And a genuine pleasure to be in this commentary box with arguably the greatest bowler of all time.
By far. By far is probably stretching a little bit.
No,
but it's just the greatest character that the game has seen.
And an absolute legend. So thank you very, very much to everybody at the ECB for allowing us to be in my opinion, like the top tier of commentary boxes.
Yes,
because
how many times have we seen pictures from this commentary box when we've been watching a test match? They cut back up, and now we're sat here, and it's a bit surreal,
isn't it? Really. But we hope you've enjoyed this episode of White Noise Cricket. We will be back with you next week when we'll be reviewing all the action again from the One Day Cup in the women's competition and keeping you up to date with what has been going on around the county circuit. But I will also be telling you a little bit more about when you'll be able to hear some of these interviews from the content day. But from Cam, from our fantastic social media manager Rachel, and myself Jar, we hope you have a fantastic week full of cricket, and we'll see you all very, very soon. Goodbye.